Welcome to the class 11 students. This is the second part of the chapter cell structure and function. In my previous video I have talked about cell, what cell is, how their shape and size differs from each other, and the history of discovery of cell. So I hope those portions you have understood. Next we are going to talk about the cell theory. So previously only, while talking about the discovery of cell, I told you that Schleiden and Schwann, these are the two scientists who gave the cell theory. So what is cell theory? See, look into your book, page number 6.5, you will find the cell theory. A mass of, means the cell theory is basically given in, there are some certain points of this theory. You will find 2 points here. A mass of membrane bound protoplasm that includes nucleus is known as cell. Now before explaining further, let me tell you the meaning of the protoplasm. Protoplasm basically means the living part of the cell. Okay, so which portions of cell are the living part? The cytoplasm and the nucleus are the living part of the cell, and thus together they are known as protoplasm. Okay, so a mass of membrane bound protoplasm, this obviously this cytoplasm and nucleus, they are bound by a membrane. In case of animal cell, that membrane is known as cell membrane, and in case of plant cell membrane is obviously there. Outside of that there is a cell wall. So a covering is there and there is a protoplasm. So this thing is known as cell. It was first said, we know that cell is a mass of cytoplasm and there is a nucleus, but when that cell theory was given, it was not that much known. Okay, so first point is obviously that a mass of membrane bound protoplasm which includes the nucleus is known as a cell. Okay, and the second point is the part of protoplasm that surrounds the nucleus is known as cytoplasm. So these things we now know, but at that time these were not that much evident, and it was a part of the cell theory, and it was given by Schleiden and Schwann. So the modern cell theory is there. Modern cell theory states that all the cells that are there, they all come from pre-existing cells. So again, this we have a very good idea about that now, that cell division takes place, and with the help of that more cells are produced. Okay, now we know that all cells are produced from pre-existing cells, but at that time it was not that much known. So the modern, means the cell theory given by them, was later on modified, and another point was added to it, that all cells come from pre-existing cells. Okay, so I hope the cell theory given by Schleiden and Schwann are clear to you all. I will next move on to the next topic, which is prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. Now in your book you will find vast details of these prokaryotic cells, their components. I will suggest you that this vast details, all these things are not needed. You will go through the difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell at page number 6.11. 6.11 you will find the difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. So you already know, I am very sure that you already know what is prokaryotic cell, what is eukaryotic cell, what their difference is, because you have read all these things in class 9. So here there are about 17 points. First 5 points, if you learn the first 5 points of difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell, that will be more than enough. Okay, and from that only you will get to know what the components of prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells are. Okay, now I will move on to the next topic, which is plant cell and animal cell. So similar to prokaryotic and eukaryotic, there are vast details about plant cell and animal cell, and all those things are not again required. You only need to learn the difference between plant cell and animal cell in page number 6.14, page number 6.14, you will find the difference between plant cell and animal cell. This also you had in class 9, so I'm pretty sure you already know the differences between plant cell and animal cell. Basically, the main differences between plant cell and animal cell is the presence or absence of certain cell organelles and obviously cell wall. The cell wall is present in plant cell, but it is not present in animal cell. In case of plastids are present in plant cell but absent in animal cell, while vacuoles they are present in plant cells in large number and also they are big in size, while in animal cells, if they are present, they are not present much in animal cells, but if they are present, they will be small in size and less in number. So there are few differences in case of centrosome, lysosome one is very important. So you learn these 4-5 points of differences between plant cell and animal cell. And for eukaryotic and prokaryotic, I told you which points you need to learn. Okay, next we come to this topic of cell and its major parts. Okay, now we will talk about what the components of cell are, what the different parts of the cell are. Okay, let me write it down here so that you can write it in your book. Cell, draw this kind of a chart. Cell membrane, MEMB I'm writing in short because shortage of space. Cell membrane, MEMB, membrane short, and here protoplasm. So cell membrane, obviously the covering, and protoplasm consists of cytoplasm and nucleus, right? So these are the major parts of the cell. Now we are going to talk about what this protoplasm part of the cell consists of. Okay, we will make another chart for that, or if you have space you can just continue it from this cytoplasm only within this chart only, but I'll rub it and I will make another. So now we are going to talk about the major components of the cell. You already know that within the cell, apart from the cell covering, which there are two types of cell covering. In case of plant cell, there is an extra covering which is a cell wall, and the other one is a cell membrane. So apart from these two coverings, the other components of the cell are nucleus and cytoplasm. Okay, so previously while doing the previous chart, I have told you that the protoplasm consists of cytoplasm and nucleus. This cytoplasm of the cell consists of obviously the nucleus, because nucleus, although it is a separate part of the protoplasm, it is basically present within the cytoplasm, right? And apart from that, there are many major cellular organelles which are found inside the cytoplasm. Now the names of the cellular organelles are mitochondria, Golgi body, endoplasmic reticulum, in short we will call endoplasmic reticulum as ER, then ribosome, lysosome, vacuoles, plastids, centrioles. All these are different cytoplasmic organelles. We can also call the cell organelles as cytoplasmic organelles because they are organelles which are found within the cytoplasm, and they have their distinct structure, and the structures of these important cell organelles are also very important for your exam as well, and they have their own structure and separate functions. All the functions of all these cytoplasmic organelles are very, very important, and we will talk about each of these cellular organelles, their structure, function, how they look. Their diagrams are also very important, so we will keep on talking about these cytoplasmic organelles in the next video. Okay. Thank you.